Godzilla vs. Kong is a movie as straight to the point as its title, and I appreciate that. I'm not the biggest fan of Warner Brothers' Monsterverse, as it's called. I liked Godzilla 2014 fine. I was relieved it was better than Godzilla 1998. Kong Skull Island was a decent picture, if nothing else. It was refreshing to see the titular character in a movie that didn't end with him dying in New York City. But neither of those movies excited me enough that I really wanted to see Godzilla King of the Monsters, and apparently a lot of people felt that way given the movie's mediocre gross at the box office. But given the hype around Godzilla vs. Kong, I wanted to give it a chance, and I am really glad I did. When it comes to the plot, honestly, there's not much to it, and in this case, I like it that way. Godzilla is attacking cities, Kong is recruited to take him on, and an evil corporation is working to make humans the apex creature, the king of the monsters, so to speak. There are some returning faces too from previous MonsterVerse films, actors like Kyle Chandler and Millie Bobby Brown, but I was surprised to see how few of them are connected throughout these films. I was thinking that eventually the big crossover, Godzilla vs. Kong, would feature maybe Aaron Taylor Johnson from Godzilla or Tom Hiddleston from Kong Skull Island, so on and so forth, but no dice. The human characters are fine here, but really they're just mainly here to deliver exposition or to tell what's going on, to narrate, or to save Kong's butt a couple of times. One group of characters goes with Kong to find a power source in Kong's homeland. Another group of characters is investigating why Godzilla is disrupting society and unintentionally killing people. The human characters might not be deep, but they could be worse. They could be dumb, and they're not. Again, we know their motivations, so They come in, they check the boxes, and that's good enough. That said, I did like the little girl and her bond with Kong through sign language. Brian Tyree Henry also has some good lines as a conspiracy theorist who learns that his ideas have some truth to them. It's funny seeing his reactions as he realizes he was more correct than maybe even he thought. But again, with that, he has a podcast, and so he kind of, to the other characters and to the audience, is delivering a lot of exposition. Oh, this is what this means. This is what is happening right here. Personally, I'm glad Godzilla vs. Kong doesn't dwell too long on the human characters. I hate when movies had this long, boring build-up to the big event. It's one thing when the build-up is meaningful, but too often in these type of films, you get this long build up, and then finally the big event happens, and you're just looking at your watch for the first half of the movie. You watch a movie called Godzilla vs. Kong to see the titular characters fighting, period. The whole concept of a big lizard fighting a big ape is silly enough that you don't care when humans are talking about power sources or business deals and all that crap. You just want to see Godzilla taking on Kong. And man, does he. The visual effects are outstanding, but even more so is the camera work, both real and simulated through visual effects. I've read other reviews talking about how this movie is kind of simple and straight to the point, they talk as if it's just Godzilla punching the fire out of Kong and vice versa. But I think that kind of undermines the work that the filmmakers have done here. The way the quote-unquote camera moves around these beasts is mind-blowing at times and very inventive. Whether they're fighting in cities or underwater, there's some really creative choreography going on here. Godzilla vs. Kong delivers money shots that would make Michael Bay jealous. The action scenes from the first skirmish to the big final battle are, again, I just, the word I have to use is inventive. If this doesn't get an Oscar nomination for visual effects, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It should get an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects, is my point. Plus, director Adam Wingard, he knows how to build to crowd-pleasing moments. No spoilers, but when a character emerges victorious, I felt chills. And I don't even know why. It's not like I'm a huge fan of these characters. Just blame it on the build-up and the swelling musical score, I guess. But what an incredible stand-up and cheer moment. Godzilla vs. Kong moves briskly at about 2 hours. The film doesn't overstay its welcome, and it leaves you wanting, I don't know if I would say more, because it gives you everything you wanted. I think people are going to watch this movie over and over to see these money shots. Those scenes that show Kong and Godzilla battling against some remarkable scenery, from sunsets to neon lights. As far as cons, again, it's not a very deep movie, but I don't really view that as a con. This type of film, you don't go see Godzilla vs. Kong for Oscar bait material. The only other thing that immediately comes to mind, the first fight, no spoilers, but I didn't really quite buy how it ended. But by the time the big event rolls around and that takes place and has a few surprises, you're going to leave this movie wanting to see it again. Even if you're like me and not a big fan of these characters, I want to see this movie again, and I want to see it on IMAX. I give Godzilla vs. Kong 3 out of 4 stars. Again, when it comes to delivering what it promises, you couldn't ask for more. What did you think of the movie? Are you excited about it? Let me know. Are you going to see it in theaters or on HBO Max? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, this has been Josh with Movies Please. Thanks for watching.